Welcome everyone to the UW Green Bay Dietetic Internship Virtual Open House. Just a reminder before we get started to go ahead and download the PDF handout version of these slides through the link located below this video on our website. These are here for you to take notes if you'd like. Please feel free to jot down any questions or concerns you have along the way, and we can always answer these questions at our live Q&A this Friday, December 16th at 6 p.m., which you are very encouraged to join. Instructions for joining our live Q&A will be discussed at the end of the PowerPoint. So again, welcome to the Green Bay Dietetic Internship. My name is Kayla Stensky, and I am a dietetic intern here at the program. We are so happy to have you and that you are interested in potentially applying for our program, and we have been very excited to show you more about us and what makes our internship so great. First of all, you really have stumbled across a hidden gem of an internship. Our campus is really unique in that it is right in the middle of beautiful landscape and nature. There are miles of trails around campus and outdoor activities for us to do, including even a golf course right on the campus grounds, along with being located right on the shore of Lake Michigan. There's an amusement park close by, and of course Green Bay is also the home of the Green Bay Packers for any of you who are football fans. Not only are the gorgeous surroundings of the campus unique, but our program has a fantastic team of supporters, including the director, the teaching supervisors, who are all magnificent and are here to serve you and help you succeed in everything you do in your dietetic internship that will pave the way for your future. As we will discuss in the presentation, our graduates also have an excellent pass rate reputation on the RD exam and gain competitive experience through our leadership emphasis, our leadership projects, our fantastic preceptors, and again, great staff to support each and every intern. So we have a lot of great information planned to go through for today. We are going to be talking about details of our program, a little bit into the type of rotations that you're going to be doing and where those rotations are going to be located. You're actually going to meet a couple of preceptors as well. We're also going to go over our Friday classes that are part of the program, our leadership emphasis, how our program prepares you uniquely for the dietetic field, and a little bit into specific acceptance criteria into our program costs, fun and entertainment in the surrounding area, and personal interviews of our interns, our preceptors, and our director, Laura. And now Kat Malone, one of my fellow dietetic interns helping me with the open house today, is going to take you into details about our dietetic program.
Hello, everyone. So a few details about the program. It's 37 weeks long, beginning in September and ending with graduation in May. The rotations are broken up into 1,200 supervised practice hours. Rotations are Monday through Thursday, and then 6 to 8 hours on Friday of Friday classes. There are 2 weeks of vacation in there, and then you also are able to test for prior assessed learning, which may give you an extra break sometime during the rotation. Please ask your director about this after you are matched. All right, so let's discuss your rotations quickly. Every intern goes through 2 weeks of orientation at the start of the internship. We spend time getting to know each other, team building, and reviewing our nutrition material. This prepares us very well for our rotations. We spend 6 weeks at a community rotation, and this involves health and wellness and community nutrition, and we include a WIC rotation that's 3 weeks long with the community rotations. We also have food service that is broken up into 2 different sections. One is hospital, one is school food service. And then medical nutrition therapy is broken up into 3 different rotations. This includes outpatient, long-term care, and our main inpatient rotation. And you have about 1 week after your main inpatient rotation where you get to be the RD for the week. And that is very exciting because it'll be our very first experience working as an RD in a hospital. We also have an open rotation, and this is where you get to do something that you're interested in. And you'll get to choose that after you're matched. And then at the very end, we spend 1 week preparing for the CDR exam. These rotations are located throughout northeastern Wisconsin, Interns may have to drive up to 150 miles to locations at some point. This may not be for your rotation, but it might be for a Friday class, a tour, or legislative day in Wisconsin or other academy event. Because of these events, having your own vehicle is essential. Each of these rotations would not be possible without our wonderful preceptors. These preceptors are essential to the success of each intern and our program as a whole. 2 of our wonderful preceptors have volunteered their time to tell us a little bit about the rotations and give us examples as to why they are great preceptors.
So my name is Brittany Niklich. I'm the Fox Valley Regional Dietitian for Festival Foods, and I supervise the Festival Foods Community Rotation. I'm a great preceptor because I have a passion for giving back to incoming dietitians. I love coaching, training, educating incoming dietitians, so that makes me an awesome preceptor. Festival Foods is a great rotation site because it offers a unique opportunity for interns to explore creativity and the newer field of retail dietetics.
My name is Julia Salomon. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, and I work in the area of community nutrition and community health. My rotation really is all about taking that intern out to the community and learning a little bit about what it's like to work collaboratively with a variety of community partners. In my rotation, there is no one single day that is the same. Every day is different, and I take my intern to meetings, to community meetings. They get to know all these community partners. So I think it's a little unique than working in a hospital or working in sales, for example. It's just a little twist.
Hi, I'm Lydia. Now that we have heard from preceptors, let's talk about Friday class. Our Friday class typically takes place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Half of the classes are online and others take place in various locations depending on planned events or activities, whether that's malnutrition training or farm tours. So what do Friday classes consist of? Most classes we take time to talk about with one another and share experiences and see how we are doing overall, and that's done during check-in. We do leadership training for a couple of days to become certified. We do team building activities to help us bond as a group. We do reviews on M&T and other nutrition materials and participate in journal clubs, which helps us review current research on various nutrition topics. We also participate in malnutrition training. We have guest speakers to cover topics such as eating disorders in grocery store and retail dietetics. We join a farm tour, which we get to tour a cheese factory, conventional and organic farm, to see the differences in farming and food processing techniques. Throughout the year, we also take time regularly to work on our leadership projects in class. And finally, the last week of the internship, we prepare for the grand finale, the RD exam. Unlike other internships who may have an emphasis in a specific area, such as food service or community nutrition, our internship has a leadership emphasis. This emphasis was chosen because leadership skills are essential everywhere, especially in this booming field of dietetics, where you may be the only RD in the entire facility or may manage a large staff of food service workers, for example. It's important that we learn how to efficiently and effectively plan and organize projects, how to delegate, how to supervise others, and communicate clearly and assertively, and also to promote teamwork and collaboration among the people you're working with. The program includes multiple leadership projects. Each project team has a lead intern, and the lead interns are the ones who design, plan, and implement and delegate the program. Some of the projects include grocery store tours in the community, wand events, cooking demonstration, conferences, and organizing an open house like the one you are listening to today. Throughout the internship, we do tons of team building activities such as ages and stages. We do activities and get pointers on working with children and teaching them. We participate in low ropes courses, and as we mentioned in previous slides, we take field trips, for example, to farms, long-term care facilities, hospitals to listen to guest speakers, practice care planning, and even practice patient interviewing along with other activities. Our leadership projects contain a strong element of team building, where we work together and complete large projects in the community, These projects are not only fun, but help us to build a support system with each other. And it's beneficial to our professional and personal development. These activities teach us to use each other's strengths, build relationships, trust each other, and work together towards a common goal. Our program prepares you very well for the RD exam. 97% of graduates have passed the first time they've tested, and 100% have passed overall. Furthermore, past UWGB interns have found jobs as RDs in numerous clinical, community, food service, and wellness facilities all over the state and country. Here's Kayla to talk about the acceptance criteria.
Thank you, Lydia. Now that Lydia has discussed how our internship may meet your professional goals, let's start talking about applying and getting accepted. Here are our requirements for acceptance. These are very similar to other internships that you may be looking at. We do require a baccalaureate or master's degree, and we do require a verification statement from an accredited program. And we also do like to see a grade point average of 3.0 or higher. And then we'll talk about our preferred qualifications. Our qualifications our internships specifically would like to see on applications. This includes great letters of recommendations, personal statements reflecting your teamwork, your leadership skills, your enthusiasm for learning, along with your extra experiences, and potentially even taking the GRE. We will go into more detail on preferred qualifications and what makes a competent applicant to our program in a couple of slides, but feel free to read through this slide in more detail. And if you do have any questions, please jot them down and ask them on Friday. We do take ISPP program interns. So this is a slide a little bit more about eligibility for that. If you are interested in a program like this, talk to your advisor, talk to your didactic director, and see if this is something that you're interested in. Just a few pointers though, you do have to apply for our traditional GB internship, and you also need to be a UW grad to qualify. If you don't get matched the first round, you will be contacted by our director, Laura, if you are accepted into the ISPP program during the second round. Again, if you do have any questions on this material, feel free to ask them at our live Q&A on Friday. So getting to really what's important, what makes a competitive applicant for our program? As written under the preferred qualifications that we briefly discussed a couple slides ago, our selection committee looks at strong letters of recommendations. We also look for a passionate and personal statement. We're looking for something that is very descriptive. Remember that we cannot see you on the paper, so make it emotional, make it reflective of you, and tell us something unique that sets you apart from other interns that may be applying. Really think about what will make the selection committee notice your personal statement among the 100 plus applicants they're looking at. Another thing that's important is looking at what your work and volunteer experience is. We're looking for things that may strengthen your skill set that you can apply in the dietetic area. So whether you're a dietary aide, leadership positions such as holding office positions in organizations and clubs, or some education experience such as teaching nutrition or fitness classes. We also look for certain things where you're taking initiative, so attending guest lectures, attending professional conferences to stay current in your nutrition knowledge. Also getting additional certifications, as the slide said as well. We're looking for any experience that shows initiative and helps you strengthen that skill set that we're looking for. Lastly, the GRE is not required in our program, but it is highly recommended from the director. She likes to see that because just like the other preferred qualifications, it shows initiative. And now we are going to go back to Kat, who is going to tell you more about our program costs.
Thank you, Kayla. So as you know, DICAS has its own fees. The fee for the UWGB internship specifically is $60, and you'll want to make sure that that is paid on or before the date the DICAS is due. The program fee itself for UWGB is $8,663, and this fee includes the cost of all the activities and materials that you will need for the internship. $1,000 deposit will be due upon acceptance, and if you're matched, you will get that information at that time. So some of the variable costs you're going to look at are going to be housing specifically. In the Wisconsin area, it's roughly $450 to $650 a month. We recommend finding a roommate or staying with a family member or friend to keep your costs low. The only two costs that are going to be pretty consistent are the $50 Academy membership fee and the $25 background check. The rest of these fees are going to vary by internship. These ones are pretty standard though. All right, so after these costs, we want to remind you that some of you may need financial assistance during the internship. And you can read through what we have listed here, but we want you to know that the best information you can get, we believe, will probably come from your current advisor. And of course, during our live Q&A on the 16th, we will be able to answer some questions for you as well. The point we want to drive home is that having support during this time is key. You will want to keep those people in your life, family and friends, that are going to support you the whole way, because it will help every second. Also, many of us work during the internship, so we will tell you that it is possible. This does ease some of the financial stress, and many of us have found that it improves our time management skills, and we have to stay very, very organized, which of course helps during the internship. Some things to think about are listed there on the right hand of your PDF. The stress management part is key, and working can increase some of your stress. One other thing to think about is that you will need to have an employer that is very flexible, because odds are you will be working mostly weekend hours. All right, so these last few slides have had a lot of information, and we know this is a very busy time in your life. So we do want to remind you that Green Bay is full of fun things to do, and there is a lot of entertainment. We have listed on this slide many things to do in the areas that the rotations are located. So please take a minute or two and look over these slides and just take in all the things that the Green Bay area has to offer. Alrighty, so we're going to go back to Lydia, and she is going to introduce you to our wonderful director, Laura.
This year's interns have nothing but wonderful things to say about the program director. Here's Laura to tell us a little bit about who she is and why she is such a great director for this internship.
As a director, I bring to you a breadth of knowledge in the dietetic world. I've had clinical nutrition experience as well as medical sales experience, wellness, and a decade of food service management. And with all of those experiences, I also bring a Master's of Business Administration, which is also heavily emphasized in the leadership. And so I am thrilled to provide support and do my very best for you, because that's what this internship is about. It's about you, developing you, mentoring you, supporting you to become the very best that you can be. And some of the ways that I also help you be the best that you can be is that I also, I have 3 little children, and those kids really will ground me, they push me, they exhaust me, but they make me a better person for you. And I also teach fitness classes on the side for fun, and I will always stay motivated and be your cheerleader throughout the entire internship program.
Now that we met Laura, let's move on to introducing a couple of the interns from this year as they describe who they are and why they chose the UW Green Bay internship and the leadership emphasis.
My name is Stephanie Cowling. I'm a dietetic intern with UW Green Bay this year. I grew up in Neenah, Wisconsin, and I got my first degree at Moraine Park Technical College for associates in culinary arts. And I wanted to continue and get more schooling, so I decided to continue my degree at UW Stevens Point, and I got a bachelor's in dietetics. I chose the UW Green Bay internship program for 2 reasons. One, I love the leadership aspect, and then second, I really like to apply to an area that I lived in, so I could build rapport with preceptors and hopefully lead to a career eventually. The leadership emphasis is really important in my opinion, just because in having a career and being a good professional, we need to have those leadership skills and the delegation skills, which goes hand in hand with that.
I'm Samantha Daly. I am from Dexter, Michigan, which is right outside of Ann Arbor, for those of you that know Michigan. I went to Grand Valley State University where I got my bachelor's in psychology, and then after that I realized my true passion for dietetics, and I got my verification statement from Madonna University. So why I chose the UWGB dietetic program, 2 reasons. First, cheese curds, hello. Second, in all seriousness, it was the leadership emphasis. I think that that is so important, and it was in line with my goals of becoming a successful dietitian. I think the leadership emphasis is important to my future because what employer doesn't want a leader? That's what people are looking for to hire. I think the tools and the skills that are taught and that make you a better leader are what everyone wants to see. So I think for my own future and the success I want to see for my own goals, I think that it's perfect.
Now that we've met a couple of our current interns, what is the advice that we have for you from the rest of us? First of all, many current interns would definitely agree that practicing prioritizing your time and getting organized is very important. Once you start the internship, you're going to have many commitments, whether it's in the internship or in your personal life. And so it's really important to really think about what's most important to you and prioritize your time well, organize your time well, and organize it efficiently so you can meet all of your goals. Another thing to consider is stress management, whether that's exercising regularly, which is always important, but maybe you want to stress manage by scheduling time specifically for you to hang out with your friends or do a hobby that you really enjoy. So that's really important. Also, building your resume. This goes a little bit with our preferred qualifications and what makes a competitive applicant. But in general, just building your resume, making sure that you have broad experience that can be applied to any area of dietetics. And then also saving your money. So preparing, if you know that you're going to have financial issues during the internship, start planning what you can do to find that financial assistance. And now Lydia is going to talk to you a little bit about another tip she has as an ISPP intern.
Thanks, Kayla. So my advice is know yourself. If you're not ready to do the internship right after graduation, it's okay to take time off. And if you don't get in right away, that's okay too. As an ISPP intern, I found it was important that I took a year off to work in the field, and that's helped me to build some base knowledge that is clear to my preceptors. So let's go back to the preceptors that you met before, Julia and Brittany, and see what they have to say.
Future interns should explore as much as possible, get as much experience as possible, even if an opportunity seems out there or weird. Just keep an open mind because you never know what opportunity might end up being your calling, and definitely ask a lot of questions along the way. The best step that interns can take now to succeed in the future is just getting as much experience as possible, whether it's volunteering, job shadowing, or just finding a mentor to ask questions. That makes a huge difference, and just getting to learning as much as you can about the field.
I think the first advice that I would like to give an incoming intern would be to keep an open mind. Some interns may come in, knowing exactly what they want, and then maybe being surprised by something that they've been exposed to that's new to them, and it kind of jogs their mind and says, "Oh, what's this?" So keep an open mind. Keep that hunger for learning. I think those are the two most important. I will always, and I always do, give my interns this advice, and that's practice your writing and communication skills. That always comes in handy. I think the other advice I would give them is be open to challenges. So if a preceptor asks you to do something that is very foreign to them, and they may be a little scared perhaps or overwhelmed, take the time to say, okay, why would she be doing this knowing that I have minimal skills to do this? There must be a reason why this preceptor is doing that. And feel free to ask the preceptor, hey, I'm not feeling comfortable with my skill set right now. What do I need to do to develop those skill sets so I can rise to this challenge? Keep current. I've often told my interns, keep current with your professional journals. It may seem like a daunting task to read every single article in a journal, and you don't have to read every single article. At least look at the abstract, but keep current. The other thing is, the majority of non-nutrition people don't read journals. If you were to survey the communities where they get their information, it's the website, it's this Facebook page, it's this blog, it's Cosmopolitan or Good Housekeeping. So I encourage my interns, know what your public is reading, where they're getting their information, because there will come a time when they say, I read on Redbook or Cosmopolitan that such and such and such, or Dr. Oz said such and such. So it's very important when I say keep current. I don't just mean professional, but also what's the buzz, what's going on, what's the trend, and to hone those investigative skills and learn how to problem solve independently.
Julia and Brittany gave excellent advice. Now let's hear from our director, Laura.
I believe that there's a lot of different areas that you as a potential and hopeful intern needs to think about before you actually apply. And I really believe that location is going to be critical for you. Where in your life are you going to be the most supported? Whether that's family, whether that's friends, you need to really think about that. Secondly, I believe that it's important for you to really think about the emphasis of the program. So we here at UWGB Dietetic Internship specialize in leadership. And so you need to think about, is that minor or is that specialty? Is that what you want to really focus your career internship on? We'd love to have you. And third is really the size. We at the UWGB program have 18 interns, and it's a larger internship that provides you with great experiences and friendships. And along with those friendships become relations and colleagues within the field. And so I really believe that those three major areas are focus areas that you need to maintain and focus and look at as you're applying for your program. My advice for interns that do not get matched right away is, number one, breathe. It's okay. No one in life is perfect, but there are a few things that you can do for yourself to really pull yourself up by your bootstraps and move forward. And the first is really to look at your resume. And do you need to volunteer some more? Do you need to look at maybe working at a different location? If you don't get matched, look and see what kind of experiences you currently have. Do you have too much medical nutrition therapy or clinical experience? Do you not have enough of community? And maybe you have too much food service. You really want to think about balancing out all areas of dietetics on your resume. And so really take a step back and take a deep breath, know it's going to be okay, and work really hard and move forward. Last advice that I would have for you during this internship stressful application process is really to think about when you're applying, to be you. When you're being asked by an internship about yourself or to answer questions about you, I would want you to really step back and show your enthusiasm and your zest for the dietetic profession and for life on paper. And secondly, I would recommend that you talk to other individuals, whether that's mentors or previous friends who've gone through this process. Let them support, let them help you do a really, really great job. Thirdly, I would like you to think about when you apply, to apply somewhere that you potentially can see yourself working. So if you live in Washington, D.C., do you want to come and live in Wisconsin and potentially work there? So a part of our program is going to many, many different sites and having many, many different mentors and preceptors, which leads to awesome references and some really great job opportunities at the end of your rotations. So you really need to think about when and where you apply that you might plant yourself there. And absolute last but not least, get ready to work really, really hard. We look forward at the University of Wisconsin Dietetic Internship Program to you, to your application, and to all that you're going to bring to this dietetic profession.
Now that we've heard from Laura on how you should prepare for choosing and applying to an internship, let's hear from her one final word on why the UW Green Bay Dietetic Internship would be such a great program for you.
The leadership emphasis within the UWGB Dietetic Internship Program is so very important for the trends and the needs of the dietetic profession today. We build strong, kinesthetic learning opportunities within our dietetic internship program through not only servant leadership, but also very assertive leadership. And so throughout the 9 months of the program, there's really great experiences to develop those skill sets and make you ready for the dietetic profession and world ahead. It'd be really wonderful if you applied to the UWGB Dietetic Internship Program for many reasons, but I really think that the UWGB Dietetic Internship Program is a hidden gem. We have an absolute beautiful campus. We're very affordable and have a wonderful reputation not only in the community, but also in the nation at large. We are a very well-rounded program, and we really graduate strongly successful and dietetic-ready interns to graduates.
Lastly, here are the 2017 DICAS Deadlines that many of you may already be familiar with, but if you aren't, just touch base with your advisor or your didactic director if you have any questions on these deadlines. And finally, always remember the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And most importantly, be confident in yourself. If you're ready, take this important step towards your future as a leader and a successful nutrition professional. We wish you the best of luck in your application process, and we hope to see you out in the nutrition arena. And finally, before you leave, please don't forget to join us for our live Q&A. Click on the link on this slide or on our website to join us at 6 p.m. or anytime between 6 to 8 p.m. on December 16th, that's this Friday, to listen in on our live session and get your questions answered. And always feel free to visit our website, that's the link below, for more information. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. We absolutely loved having you, and we wish you the best and wonderful adventures as you move on to this next exciting milestone of your life.